What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Dark Deception video on the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my reaction to Chapter 4 Teaser 1. It caught me off guard. Here's a peek. Let us begin.
It's been so long.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, under 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks away from that good stuff we've been waiting for, but enough beating the bush. Today we are going to analyze and break down the teaser we got, both from gameplay section and story-wise. Don't mind my voice, this is just a sickness, but you guys deserve the content, so you know what, without wasting any more time, let us begin. This is something I see no one talk about, so here it goes. In the trailer, Beer says, "It's been so long." This is something we've heard Beer say kinda to herself in previous chapter. However, the added "so very long" wasn't a part of it. Let me actually refresh your memory.
The ring piece. Place it at the altar. Now.
It's been so long.
That happened when we put the ring piece in. So, what if we learn more about that each time we get a new ring piece? Beers does show a little bit of liking to us after what happened in chapter 3, and it seems like she'll be opening up to us a little more to make sure we trust her 100%. However, whether it's been so long since her last puppet got her this far, or it's been so long since someone brought rings like Dugauser is doing, or it's been so long since she's done whatever she needs to do to make sure Malak's powers are hers, the whole ritual process, or better yet, here it comes, it's been so long since she met her husband. This opens a topic no one really talks about, but we will after chapter 4 drops later this month, granted no more delays. Okay, I know we've all seen this. We get another look at Mama Bear's cabin from the outside. However, there's a reason for that. There's a difference between zones that's now actually shown, and we will discuss it. This to me seems either a middle or early point in the gameplay. How do I know this? Well, let's talk about it. Okay, we finally see our first gameplay and or any teaser for chapter 4 after a very, very long time. Let that sink in. Secondly, if you see, it looks quite rusty. Old, but I pointed out lamps and importance of electricity in this level. I'm so glad this is how it was tackled. Really smart, Vince. Imagine if there were light bulbs around, no one would have said anything but me. Before we get to the story, this looks really Deadly Decadence-ish, a true puzzle environment, a true maze is what this looks like, something I've missed in Dark Deception since Deadly Decadence. So finally, the core fast-paced, sharp-turn maze escape gameplay is back in this level. This is definitely one of the zones. This looks a lot like Mama Bear's introduction cabin that leads straight to the mine's underground cave area, but if you put up this and compare it with others, we have clear distinction here. You have outside area, inside of cabin, Mama Bear in that cabin area, then cave from the inside. Mash all of them, you get yourself barely buried. So this gameplay section is coming before the cave area. Now add trigger teddies in here. I do believe they won't get activated this early. One of them will not get activated instantly. Like either you're getting Mama Bear in the cabin here first and later trigger teddies, or here you're getting trigger teddies for Mama Bear quite late, but that won't happen because we've already seen some teasers. Regardless, if you're getting both of them from the word go, we're done, ladies and gentlemen. I want you all to predict how many deaths it'll take me to finish this level. 35? The final point in the final gameplay teaser is from our beloved Mascot Mayhem. Mascot Mayhem is single-handedly considered chapter 4 if you look at its popularity. It's more popular than chapter 4 itself, so everyone wants to see how the level looks like, which is why I'm scared. In the teaser we see a very foggy, intentional, lower quality gameplay. Vince does that to not spoil too much. But, quick points I made from it, let's take a look. Since we're playing in the outside area, this can easily be mid-transitional part of escape sequence or part of joyful escape or something. But one thing we can learn is that Glowstick is going to experiment visual limitation within the gameplay in this level, or at least in the outside areas. You might not see any imminent danger, but out of nowhere a figure would pop out every once in a while out of fog to greet you. It's actually quite poetic for Dark Deception. One thing first few levels of Dark Deception didn't have was the feeling of abandonment, the feeling of this was left behind. But with Mascot Mayhem, it's here. Not only it seems so old and abandoned, but it's visually made clear. Cracks on the floor, literally all over the place, paint completely out. dry, in dust, foggy, broken walls, just to mention a few, as if this was completely thrashed before its closing, or here's a good one, when it was given to the new owners, they made it their playground, aka Jojo Gang. Look at those bench though. What is that? Even a kid would refuse to sit. It's an insult. And yes, I know Dugauza is short in height, but his butt ain't. That's it. That's the point I wanted to mention. Let's move on. Final point before we end the video is, who was that figure chasing us? The player in the area stops and looks back and nothing is there, and bam! Out of nowhere a figure emerges out of fog. Who is it? Well, we have 3 contenders. Let's see what we got. Number 1, Malak. There's a high possibility this is an escape sequence. If you look around, it seems such a random area of castle to put players in. But if you look at the wall around, it's broken. Could it be that the heater underneath is bursting, causing the whole building to fall down slowly as cracks can be seen on the floor? I mean, think about it. Why floor? Because there's a literal boiling area underneath and it's bursting into flames as we speak. Fog here could be used as the heat fog from underneath finally getting out of hand to cause issues, and hence fogs coming straight from the fire we started down there. Hey boys, it goes against what we said earlier, but this one is pretty solid stuff right here. Number 2, Queen Penny herself. If you look closely before the camera goes out, the figure seems to be a bit more in terms of width compared to the others. We've already talked about Malak. That leaves us with 2 sane people. One of them is Queen herself. There's a very small chance, but still a chance of her chasing her, but that would go against previous point, as this could be the introduction to the castle theme park. It would also mean that if Queen Penny is here, other Jojo Gang members are in the same area too. Not good for us. I also said this before and I'll say it again. We didn't see any soul shards in this area or the other, which is why I'm gonna tell you right here that my prediction that these were from the old build. The new build does not look like this visually. And number 3 and finally, the most solid one, Lucky the Rabbit. As the figure emerges a bit more, you can see a bunny face outline, and Noah's has that big face. Then Lucky, he talks a lot, so everyone's money on it. Why not? You might wonder, Smack, why you become all discouraged when talking about Lucky? Because it was the easiest one to talk about out of them all. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for supporting in the dry app-sized times. There was no content and I was still pumping out something and you guys kept watching, so thank you. But those dry content days are gone. Now we have pure gold, pure chapter 4 content, pure good stuff. My health is a bit of roller coaster. Sometimes it gets a lot better, sometimes it gets worse. I've actually made a plan now that I've been following for a few days, which helped me tremendously. I'll be back. Don't worry. Energetic when chapter 4 drops later this month. Boys, we will have all 3 levels playthrough, boss reaction, ending reaction, S-rank attempts, reacting to other YouTubers playing this game, maybe helping some. I will constantly give tips and tricks on Twitter and YouTube and so much more. So make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. Help me get to 50,000 before chapter 4. I know this video was supposed to come out yesterday, like I said, but guys, health, come on y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and peace.